tumblr.com. That's going to be moderated by Tumblr's founder, David Karp, and it's going to be live from the White House. Please, 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 this is your chance to have your voice heard, to ask your questions, and it's very important that you do so. These resources, a lot of people work really hard to take care of all this.
Tracy, it's very important that we get a lot of questions asked by people regarding the possibility of forgiveness for student loan debt, especially people that have had debt for long periods of time and haven't been able to find financial situations, jobs that pay them enough to pay off this enormous debt, which keeps racking up because of the interest rates.
Absolutely.
But this is not included in any of the legislation that we've been talking about and are going to talk about.
No, and as a matter of fact, you know, they're putting through, he's really rah-rahing this whole thing with Elizabeth Warren. I don't like her legislation. It has nothing to do with bankruptcy. It the return of consumer protections. People are in serious trouble. They've lost their houses, they've lost their cars, they've lost their families. They're losing everything. This legislation is a joke.
And it still doesn't address their student debt because they haven't lost their student debt.
No, absolutely not. But I'll tell you what, if it passes, I do want that rate reduction because it will save you thousands of dollars. It's a first step. And, you know, it may be that that's the way we're going to have to look at it. It's a stepping stone. My personal preference and the preference of several people that I know is H.R. 3892. That's the Student Loan Borrowers Bill of Rights Act of 2013. However, it wasn't even introduced till January 15th, 2014, and it's laying dead on the floor. So we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to talk about who's in charge of putting this stuff out there, and our stuff isn't getting out there, and you know, we're doing a lot of Band-Aids here when we need sutures. So please be aware of that. Please, again, that is, what was that?
The Tumblr.
The Tumblr. IRL. Those are uppercase capital letters. Tumblr, TUMBLR.com. Please take a look. Submit a question. Help us out. We need it. Another thing I want to let you know about is Citizen Coke. It's promoted by the Delray Beach Movie to Amend affiliate. It's supposed to come out on June 30th, 6:30 p.m. to 8:21, and it's going to be at Cinemark in Boynton Beach, the Cinemark 14 on Congress Avenue. They're asking, they need at least 29 more people to commit to this before they will actually give them the theater. I actually do know a theater owner. I might check with him and see if he can help out with that at all. But in the meantime, please, it's $11. They don't charge your credit card until, you know, it's finalized. So right now, it may not happen. So please, definitely look into that, would you?
And then report back to us on what you saw.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to do my best to be on there. Like I said, it's 4 p.m. That's kind of a tough time for me, but I'm going to try to see what I can do. So other than that, you know, there's a lot of things we're going to be talking about here soon. Goldman Sachs, of course, is under investigation for high-speed trading, so we're going to talk about that. We're looking for a Robinhood tax here. That's H.R. 1579. It's an all-inclusive Prosperity Act. So actually, over in Europe, starting in 2016, 11 different European member states will impose this Robinhood tax on their financial transactions to counter. They're trying to counteract a financial crisis, and I think we need to do that too. So we'll talk more about that next week.
Hopefully you all know who Robin Hood is or was.
Well, he had nice arrows.
Yeah,
I liked his arrows.
It was a good shot. Yeah, took from the rich and gave to the poor.
And I don't have to cut the apple in half when he's all done with it, so that's cool.
That's William Tell.
Aw, see? What do I know? You know, I can see Russia from my backyard, too. So.
Well, if you lived, you know, where certain people live, you can see it.
Well, I live where I live. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about the show itself today, where it came from and why we're doing what we're doing. It's some people have misunderstood that it's maybe affiliated with Move On or some way, or backed with Move On in some way, and it's not. Jorge is with Move On, and I am always glad when he's here. However, the organization itself is not backing my show. This show is backed by me, by whoever I can talk out of money at this point in time. So, but it's only in America, people, that you can be on Section 8 and you can have your own TV show. It's just a matter of figuring out a way to pay for it. It's not easy on Section 8, and let me tell you what's going on. I have people that have supported me and helped me financially through this for several years now. So we're going on, what, 2007 plus?
Yes.
People are getting tired of helping me. Not because they don't want to help me anymore, but because I'm dumping all my money into paying off my student loans, which actually I can't even do right now. My government's an IBR, thank God. My private, well, I don't know. They've just upped my interest rate back to my former interest rate because I couldn't make the payments, which now, of course, it's going crazy again and escalating, so it should reach $100,000 pretty soon.
So you owe more now than when you started.
Of course, and most people have. And the thing with this is I've paid $35,000 at least on this loan. Okay, I've also actually paid off a $10,000 loan that cost me about $14,000. These are approximate numbers. So the $35,000 I've given them, my loan was $40,000, and I owe them $47,000 plus. I'm sure it's probably even $48,000 now. Come on, really? How in the?
This
I
is
want to say,
bondage.
I do. I feel very bound, and people, you know, they want to see results if they're handing you their money. Okay, I'm not getting any results. The loan's not getting smaller, it's getting bigger. How can you sustain that? How can anybody sustain that? You just really can't. Now, I'm on Section 8, and I've been there for 10 years, and that's probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever said out loud. I don't want to be here telling you these things, but I need to be here telling you these things because it is a trap. You can't get out like this. I mean, I have tried really hard. This was supposed to be something that was going to help me out. And, you know, I meet people in these different organizations every day, and they're going through the same thing we are. You know, my last corporate job, I started, I had one job description. By the time I left, I was doing my job plus 3 other people's job, and they wanted me to run outside and do outside sales. My family just crumbled, okay? My brain just crumbled. You know, and the government, it's happening the same thing. They're cutting the people that are doing the work. People that have had jobs for years are now taking on the jobs of several. Okay, Section 8, for instance, the inspectors, they've been cutting the inspectors back for several years now, a few years, I guess.
And what do those inspectors do, or are supposed to do?
Well, they're supposed to come in and they're supposed to look at your place and make sure it's fine.
Safe.
Last year, it cost me $300 not to move. These places are disgusting, okay? They're disgusting. You know, I wouldn't put my enemy in there. Okay, how can you inspect something when you don't have enough? It's just like the corporation I was talking to you about. They had, one person was overseeing 276 stores. I couldn't get a promotion because I wasn't in the proper place. I had to be in aisle A instead of aisle B, and I couldn't get a promotion there, but yet they weren't going to give any more of these jobs out anyway. I don't care who you are. 276 stores, I'm sorry, that's too many for one person. But no, we can't hire anybody else because, you know, their profits go up every year. Everybody's profits go up every year. All right, except mine. Except many people I know. I've known people that have had businesses for 25 years that I worked with doing faux finishing and painting. You know, these are small businesses. 2007, 8, and 9, people crashed and burned. Okay, they've only lost more since then. And the job market doesn't even support it. Hey, here in Boca, I worked these country clubs years ago. Okay? I made decent money. It was hard work. Well, I'm not subservient enough, and neither are the rest of us Americans. So you go in there, and now they have a whole system set up where they bring people in and give them visas, they house them and feed them, and they work them. Believe me, and it's hard work. All right. So, for now, I'm going to take a break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the community saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470 and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
And we're back. And I have guests with me, Arne and Monica. And the reason they are here is because, as I was telling you, I have been in a trap. I don't know how to get out of it. Basically, when you are in a government system, there's a huge gap, kind of like the donut hole with your insurance, where you have too many prescriptions you got to pay for at the end of the month. Okay. Now, the only thing that I have found where you can, I either need to go out and get a job that's going to start me out at $45,000 a year in order to even remotely make things work. But that's not going to happen in today's job market. Okay. There's too many jobs that are gone. I have had some experience with network marketing, and I've always loved the concept. However, I don't like products, and I decided I was not going to do that again. But one of the things that is my passion also has become my passion is getting healthy, and that's because I'm getting older and everything hurts all the time. The only way to fill that gap that I can see is with something like network marketing for somebody like me. Now, network marketing is it's not for everybody, so I'm not advocating that you should run out and get this. But what I do want to tell you is I've found a company that not only deals with health, deals with the way things are going in the future, and it's a way to fill that gap. It's the only way to jump that gap, really. And this is totally different than anything I've seen. Their matrix is just dynamite. It's a triple matrix, actually, and plus there's several other ways. I've not seen anything like it. So Arne and Monica had introduced it to me. They're friends with a friend of mine. So I sat down to take a look, and I liked what I heard. So I want them to tell you a little bit about it. Monica is actually a doctor.
Yes, I am.
But you've moved over more to holistic type stuff, even though you are a medical doctor.
Yes, that's true.
And so this company is new.
Yes, it's 1 month old. So we are very lucky to have this opportunity to first to know about this wonderful evolution in technology, because as a medical doctor I will say that we are evolving. Doctors today are much more oriented towards holistic, especially the young doctors that are coming out. They are much more conscious than in the past, But I would say that there is a need. I like it what you were saying before. Like there is a need in our country today to support people to get what I call the basic medical care that every human being deserves. It's the basic. I mean, you feel bad physically, and for you to get a diagnosis or direction, or simply to get an opinion from a professional is going to cost you a lot of money, plus time, plus, not everybody can afford that. Especially with the people that you were talking before. To me, I feel like, many people are surviving with part-time jobs. They don't have...
They are.
Help. Exactly.
I
They
mean,
don't have...
no
help.
insurance.
Exactly.
I haven't had insurance in years
So,
now.
exactly. So our company that is called 24-Hour E-Docs, 24-Hour E-Doctors, for you to know, is very is covering up this aspect in our country right now and offering a membership. It's not a health insurance. You don't have any how we call this copay or
deductibles.
yeah, whatever. I mean, it's super simple. and
Very simple.
For less than $20 or less than 30. Let's talk about a family because it's important here. Like that for less than $30 per month, you have unlimited access to a doctor that can give you its opinion. Is a professional. Plus, 24-hour e-doctors, let's say, also has a huge aspect that is about wellness, so promotes the wellness. You don't have to get sick to start to take care of
Right,
your...
so they have you can go in there and you can tell them what
You
is
will have
bothering you, and they
Exactly.
design a program for you. And this is
Exactly.
all part of the membership, correct?
Exactly. So you're going to get covered with professional medical attendants that will direct you. Let's say that you need something more. Well, then we will talk about, and what are the options. But minimum, you will have the first call that, to me, we get some people, because we cannot afford or they cannot afford to go first time to the doctor, they wait, and things get more and more
Oh, yeah.
complicated. So it's very nice that 24 hours a day, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., your child has fever, you don't know what's going on, take the phone and call. And all this is based on telemedicine, that I wanted to just say 2 words about it, and to acknowledge our technology. Like today, everybody has a cellular phone. I remember when that was coming out, I will never use a cell phone. Forget it. I don't want
I wish I didn't have to.
Well, the thing today, I love it. I love it.
I hate going to the doctor, and that's what drew me into this. And it's more the waiting than anything. So you sit, you make your
Exactly.
appointments at 3 o'clock, so you get there at 3, maybe you're in there by 4,
Yes.
okay? And then
Exactly.
you see the doctor for 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in here, from the
And then you're-
comfort of your home or office, or I live in Costa Rica and I call my doctor, American doctor from Costa Rica. So you can call it, you go holidays, whatever. You have
So you can be
20
traveling all over the country, and you can
Exactly.
still call your doctor. Now, they
And-
can be they can become your primary care doctor as well,
They
also.
become. You have the entire history. I mean, if you are curious about that, you have to go, and I would like to say, the www.24houredocs.com/Tracy1. I would like you to really explore, what we are saying here, because, maybe it takes you 15-20 minutes to look at the videos that we have on that page, for you to really get the deep sense of what we are offering here. And this is the basic medical care that every human being deserves. I mean,
Right. And it's the
deserves.
wave of the
Like-
future. Whether you
Exactly.
like it or not, this is the way it's going to be. And I think the
Exactly.
VA should take a look at this, considering
Exactly.
all the things that they're going through.
Exactly.
Now, Arnie,
And well,
you were telling me about this is already out there. It's already on. It's already going on for a while. I mean, they started and failed. Which I think is a great thing. They've come back. They're better than ever. But there's actually people that we would know that are out there using this.
yeah,
Tell us.
it's a little bit our life story too, like yours. Some years ago, we crashed and burned, and so, but we pulled ourselves back up again. And I'm 63 years old. Where do I find a job? not. So
Well, I've been looking for 2,
Yeah.
and he's been, or 5.
Yeah.
2 for you?
Yeah.
For me,
Yes.
actually 2.5.
Yeah, so for me, there is no job that I will be hired for. So I was looking. I'm not down anymore. I'm looking for doing something with my life, and there was the only thing I could find was where I could be my own boss, and looked at different companies that would allow me to do that. And then 4 weeks ago, we came back from Costa Rica, landed in airport, Fort Lauderdale, sick as a dog, and at 6 p.m., I need a doctor. And I was desperate, and there is no doctor's offices open at 6 p.m. Oh, no, I don't want to go to an ER or hospital. So then we remember we have signed up for the 24-hour eDocs. I called the doctor. 20 minutes later, I had my antibiotics in the pharmacy just next door to me, and started taking my medicine. I had 20 minutes talk with the secretary and the doctor, and they decided what was what I needed. And that's now a month ago. Now I'm back to normal. I found a service that was incredible, $20. Not only that, I went into the pharmacy, the price was $80, and then I said, by the way, I have this card, which I got from the 24-hour eDocs. They said, oh, let me look at that. $39. Wow, thank you.
That's a lot. And a lot
So-
of people are paying more than that even with their insurance.
Yeah.
That's true.
So now with the recovering back, and I know this telemedicine is wasn't, I hadn't heard much about it, but now having studied a little bit more, I know it's been going on since 2006 with a company with they have over 2,500 doctors. They've had tens of thousands of people already going through it. So it is a proven system. It just hasn't been known as of yet, but now it's getting known. And combining that incredible, timely product that is the future with my opportunity and school kids' opportunity. They come out of school, they don't have any work. There is no work. For us to actually be able to pick up and do something, whatever we want to do with that.
Well, this is a very interesting program, too, because I've not seen before, but it's like the least expensive I've ever found to get into. I mean, you can get into it and go the long way for more than like $40 down and, $40 a month if you want to work the business. That's going to take you longer, but they actually have a program where you can jump, and that's by going through their training. And they also these are great, oh my God, it's great training for corporations. Mm-hmm. So then because you also end up being able to offer that as well. So the opportunities are totally different here than I've ever
Perfect
seen
timing.
before. And great timing, and I hate to go to the doctor.
Exactly.
Well, perfect timing with the technology of today, telemedicine, combined with the new technology of internet marketing and network marketing.
Right.
It's just
Wasn't
perfect.
there something about Dr. Phil using that or something like that? And these calls are like normally
Yes.
20. They're already using this.
They are already using. The only thing is, it's much more expensive because then you pay per call, like from $20 to $80 per call, and it's like, for example, with our 24-hour doctors, they are super nice. I mean, this is a new technology coming out. They are really taking care of, and they ask you to follow up. Call me in 3 days to see how you are doing,
Yeah.
and I really want. In other systems, maybe you don't call because you have to pay again.
Right, and
So
we've
the-
only got a couple minutes left, unfortunately. I'm glad you brought that point up because that's the thing, especially if you have health issues, you're going, I have a friend, he goes a few times a month and his copays are $45 each.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have
Go
tonight.
to visit that web.
You'll have to come back and visit us when you come back in July.
No, and to visit the
yes.
www.24houredocs.com/Tracy1.
Yes,
You will love
and I'll
it,
make sure you
no
have the
doubt.
answers you need if you're interested.
Look, it's at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, all right. So thank you for joining us, everyone. Remember, come back next week. We're going to be talking about Sally Mae and the Congress, and then we actually have Alan West that's going to be here on the 23rd. So join us again.
Great
Thank you
guest
very
coming
much.
up.
You
Thank
have been
you.
listening to
Thank
We
you.
Are the People with social advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who every week bring to the light the needs and changes in our current system. Tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on wearethepeople.tv and participate in the conversation in the chat room or call 888-565-1470. Tune in next Monday for more information and facts. And Tracy and Jorge remind you to stay aware of your surroundings and challenges at all times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.